you feel that? You won't feel it because it's hard to portray this in a digital format. It's something you have to feel. I saw a recent movie, a Bollywood movie, but not your typical Bollywood movie. It was actually a road trip movie featuring 4 women that decide to go across India on motorbikes. The name of the movie is called Duck Duck. Now, Duck Duck relates to the beating of the heart. There's a great scene in the movie itself. At one point, one of the women, she's got her motorbike, and a kid is interested in the bike, so she puts the kid on the bike and just starts it up and revs it a little bit, just to give the kid a little experience of the motorbike. I think they're Royal Enfield Bullets. So she revs it up a little bit, and she turns to the kid and she says, "Can you feel that? Can you feel that in your heart?" And the kid nods, and she says, "Yeah." Then the bike felt it too. I thought that was fantastic. It's really hard to put into words the resonance, the synergy, the connection that some of us have with engines, with these cars, with these mechanical objects, you know. It is quite difficult. It's one of those things where if you're open to it, you can feel it. You can feel it, even if you can't quite explain it. And I think that's what makes this so key. It's what makes, cars and automotive so key. It's something that I've been involved in. I mean, as a passion, I've been involved in it since I was a kid, but something I've been involved in professionally for quite a long time. I'll come back to that in a minute. I thought we'll look a little bit back at how the last year was, and we'll look at the year coming up, and we'll do that right after this.
Brown Car Guy. Brown Car Guy.
Right, so 2023 was in some ways for me the year of ULEZ. I mean, it was actually way back the previous year that I started talking about it, because we knew it was coming. And of course in 2023 it came. I obviously extensively covered ULEZ, all the arguments for and against it, covered the protests, covered the events, and that, to be honest, was a large part of my my content creation life. That's a really cool Nissan GTR there in camouflage with the number plate drift on it. I get distracted so easily. So a large part of what I was doing in 2023 was covering that. And ostensibly covering ULEZ means, ULEZ, of course, for those people that don't know, it means the ultra low emission zone, which was expanded at the end of August in 2023 to cover the whole of the capital city of London, making London the largest low emission zone in the world. Just to confirm, because I feel like I have to keep doing this over and over again, I have no issue with the original ULEZ. It was only the expansion, because the expansion could not be justified from all the research that I did, but was going to cause unnecessary hardship on a lot of people. Well, has caused unnecessary hardship, caused businesses to close, caused people to lose their cars, people to be financially out of pocket. All of that has happened. So it was a big deal. So I covered a lot of that. And it culminated, amazingly, in me fulfilling pretty much a lifelong ambition to write fiction. I have written fiction. There's a bunch of short stories on BrownCarGuy.com. A lot of them science fiction, to be honest. And I always thought that science fiction is the way that I will go. When I write a book, who's a Star Trek fan, who's a science fiction fan. So science fiction, I've written quite a lot of stories. There are some car stories on there as well, so go and check that out. But I'd never written an entire novel, an entire book. And I'd have several false starts in the past, probably like 3 or 4 times I've written, started to write novels and got up to like chapter 3 and stuff like that, but never quite got beyond that. And this year, or rather 2023, I decided to make it like it was like a bucket list thing, right? So I thought, you know what, this is something that I have to do. When you get to the time in life when you go, well, you know, that's one of the things I've done everything else in media, done everything, broadcasts, writing, printing, digital, YouTube, TV, radio, everything, but I've never published a book. So and of course they say write about what you know. So since my head was so full of ULEZ, I thought, okay, well, I'll theme it around that. Actually, it's themed around that, you know, to be fair. I mean, the book is actually set 3 years in the future from when ULEZ came in, and it is, to be honest, it's just a fun action thriller. It's like a movie, really. It's just a bit of fun. I don't know if it's any good. You'll have to tell me. I think it's good because I wrote it, but I'm biased, so you'll have to tell me. So don't forget to get a copy. I'll put the link below. It's available on Amazon. Just search for the ULEZ Files by BC Guy. I put it under the pseudonym BC Guy, BrownCarGuy. So check it out. Anyway, so that was like a lifelong ambition fulfilled. Took several months of my life to do it. One intense for all those authors out there and book authors, man. Hat tip to all you guys, because oh my God, you know, the intense effort that goes into it and how it sort of takes over everything that you're doing. It takes over your life. Takes over your thoughts, takes over your nights, takes over you dream the characters. It's crazy, you know. So yeah, it's pretty intense for doing this sort of thing. But anyway, so that was something that I've done. So that was a great thing to do. Seen some good growth on the channel, phenomenal growth. I mean, I think I saw about 4.5 million views to take me to a total of over 6. I think I'm at 6.5 million views now on the channel. I'm at 26,000 subs, and I think 17 of those came this year. So that's a big jump. So it's been a good year in terms of growth. Still a long way to go, but thank you to everybody that supported me on the channel, because that's been absolutely fantastic. Made a lot of great friends this year, because obviously the stuff I did with ULEZ, I met a lot of people, a lot of amazing people actually, and made acquaintances and friends, which I think I'll know forever now. I mean, they're such incredible people. And of course, all the events that we did, the London concours, concours of elegance, two of my favorite, the British Motor Show, definitely one of my favorites. Lots of other things. The WLC West London Classics Show and Shine event I thought was absolutely epic. So was Petrolheadonism Live. What else? I mean, I'm sure I'm going to miss out events, but there were lots and lots of great events that we did covered. Also a lot of manufacturer press events, quite a few of those I did this year as well, which are really good fun. I love the day trippy ones. I think was with Genesis that we went out. We flew out in just a day and then flew back the same day, and it was a great trip. It was really good. Got to do quite a lot on that. So that was really productive. But yeah, others as well that we did with other people. A few that I couldn't get to because of weather. There's a couple of times that happened. Actually, I think once it was happened. So that was a bit of a shame. And I feel bad about that actually. But there you go. But that's just how it is, right? What about cars that I drove? To be honest, I didn't drive as many cars this year as I normally do, so a more select bunch, but a lot of electric cars, and pretty much every manufacturer is now launching electric cars, so that's pretty much all there is. A couple of petrol cars. I drove the new Ranger Raptor. That was a great one because Ford let us have a little bit of a laugh with it in some off-roading areas as well. So that was, I mean, the Raptor, the original Raptor, the big Raptor, I love. The little Raptor I also love. This is the Raptor Junior that we get here. But that was a laugh. That was great fun, great car to drive, fantastic beast of a thing. What else did I drive that I really, oh yeah, the Toyota GR86. I mean, that car, if you think about it, is over a decade old now. I mean, it's in the second generation, but fundamentally it's still the same car. But I was so relieved to feel that it's still such a great car, still so engaging, still so exciting, and you know, really, it's one that I would really recommend to anybody that really wants to know what motoring is about, what motoring feels like. And talking of feel, I gotta say that probably the best of the bunch. And I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but it's a good thing for me. The best of the bunch in terms of cars that I drove is still the one that I'm in right now. The 1989 BMW 325i E30 two-door. It's just it's been great this year. It's been absolutely great. There is a bit of work. I'm going to send it off this month in January 2024. It's going to go back to project shop for a bit of things, a couple of little things that need to be done. But overall, across the year, it's been fantastic. It's been super reliable, hasn't had any issues whatsoever, and has just been an absolute joy. Absolute joy. The only downside of it is that I'm driving it a lot less now than I was. And of course, I think you can guess why. And it was the main reason, obviously, that I initially started looking into ULEZ, and that was because obviously it was going to impact me. I live in northwest London. My car, I live just outside what was the previous ULEZ zone, so as long as I didn't go into there, it used to be fine. But of course now every time I take it out, I am in ULEZ, so it cost me £12.50. So unfortunately, it has had an impact of reducing how much I drive it. Some people might say, well, there you go then, that's what it's supposed to do, right? But on the other hand, it's like when you think about the fact that I'm paying for insurance, I'm paying road tax or VAD, whatever you want to call it, and that's actually going up this year. All of that, and of course you pay to, this is a classic car, and like I said, you know, there's going to be some bills this year. You know, all of that you pay for the privilege and honor of owning a vehicle like this, and then you get penalized, is literally the straw that broke the camel's back when you get penalized another £12.50 to then have to take it out. But that £12.50 maybe sound like very little, but it certainly adds up. I mean, you know, I've got it on auto pay, and then, you know, I get my bill, and you know, I'm regularly spending quite a lot of money every month, even in the few times that I'm taking it out, which is extraordinary. So that's been the downside of the year. Driving it up, one of the must mention this, driving it up Shelsley Walsh hill climb was sensational. It was something that I was a little bit concerned about, because it's not a car. I mean, I have driven it hard occasionally when I'm out of town and there's nowhere, you know, out in some isolated places, but I don't normally drive it that hard, and I don't like hold it on sustain, and of course it's a hill climb, so you have to keep it on high revs, and you have to hold onto the gears for as long as you can, so you take it right up to about, you know, 5.5, nearly 6 grand on the rev. But it was flawless. It was absolutely perfect. It never put a foot wrong, and my times tumbled, and I was like, whoa, this is actually not bad. It did better than I thought. So that was a tremendous experience. So thanks to Motul and to Shelsley Walsh for the hill climb for that. Also thanks to Motul for giving me some oil for the car as well. Shout out to those guys. And of course, you know, go check them out, because they do oil that is suitable for classics or modern classics. So they do a range of oils that's for 70s cars and 80s cars and etc. etc. So you do need to check them out if you run an older car. But so it's been, they're not sponsors, by the way, if you're thinking that's a product placement. No, it's just, I'm just saying that because it's true. So in that sense, it's been fantastic. And like I said, you know, it's been pretty good for the channel and for the progress that we've had this year. Probably the best year ever for BrownCarGuy. And what I want to come on to next are milestones, because of course 2024 is actually completes the 5th year of BrownCarGuy. So thank you very much. Happy anniversary to BrownCarGuy. It's the 5th year of BrownCarGuy, believe it or not. My God, time flies, right? I started BrownCarGuy pretty much when I came back from Dubai, when I moved back to the UK. So we're talking 2019, essentially, is when I started the brand up. Really put effort into it 2020, I would say, to be fair. But I had started it by 2019. But it's one of those things where I wish I'd started it 5 years before that. I wish I had started it 10 years before that, actually, to be honest. Like, I say to people now, anybody that's in the industry or coming into the industry or you know, doing the sort of stuff that we're doing, is that create your own brand and keep it, because it's the one thing that will belong to you and you'll have it, and if it grows, it's great, that'll be for you, it won't be for anyone else. So I wish that I'd done this earlier, because the growth would have been much easier and much better and much quicker at that time. But anyhow, it is what it is, and 5 years of doing this, so that's pretty good. And you know, it's, you know, with the book and the channel sub numbers going up and the views going up, it's all looking like it's going in the right direction. So thank you to everybody that's been supportive and that's supported, both just by viewing and by sharing and by subscribing, but also those people that have supported through things like like Patreon and Ko-fi accounts that I have. You can check those out in the links if you want to, where you can support the work that I do through voluntary subscriptions and such like, and sponsorship of the channel. Sponsorship of the channel is available, and the details again are on those, so it's very affordable. If you want to go check it out, that would be great. In addition to that, the astonishing thing that I realize is that I am now in my 35th year as a motoring journalist. I mean, that is astonishing, right? 35th year as a motoring journalist. I started back in 1989 in Saudi Arabia. I often tell people I was Saudi Arabia's first motoring journalist. And here I am, 35 years later, still doing it. It's an extraordinary thing, I think, anyway, that I find myself here with 3.5 decades. So this is a long time, and it's been incredible. I mean, it's been amazing. I've driven just about everything, pretty much everything. There's only a few cars on my bucket list I haven't driven. Ferrari F40, anybody out there? But I've driven pretty much everything on my bucket list, and a few more besides, including an F1 car, including a Bentley blower. So it has been absolutely fantastic. But I'm still going. There's still more to come. There's still more to look forward to. There's still more adventures to be had. There's still more motoring adventures to be had. There's still more automotive content to be created that will come your way. So there you go. Amazing that I've done this 35 years. This is the 35th year. 5 years of BrownCarGuy. 35 years and ongoing of being an automotive journalist and content creator, and lots more to do. So don't forget, keep following, keep subscribing, keep sharing, keep enjoying the content. If you like the book, if you manage to get a copy of the book and you like it, make sure that you can leave a review, or try to leave a review on Amazon. That would be much appreciated. And I'll see you out and about. I will, don't forget, British Motor Show. Normally I work there, so hopefully I will be again this year. The British Motor Show, London EV Show, which is towards the end of the year. I'm there as well, and I'm at most of the shows. Concours of Elegance, London Concours, maybe a few others. Did the NEC Classic as well. So hopefully we'll see you out and about, and if you do see me, do come and say hello, because I love meeting people, I love chatting to people, and always happy to take selfies and stuff like that. But we'll see you out there, see you out on the road. Take care, and wish you all the very best for 2024.
In London streets, where politics and power collide, The ULEZ Files by BrownCarGuy is a thrilling new novel depicting a high-stakes battle for the roads. Join Max Turner, a motoring journalist, as he uncovers a plot to control car ownership and personal liberties. With agent Eleanor Rodriguez and tech genius Fox Jackson, they race against time through London's iconic streets. It's a narrative that questions the balance between environmental policies and individual rights. For fans of cars, action, and political intrigue, the ULEZ Files promises high-speed chases, tactical ingenuity, and a fight for justice. Available now, exclusively on Amazon.com. The ULEZ Files by BrownCarGuy. Get your copy today.
BrownCarGuy.
Hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please hit the like button and share this video as well if you can. And while you're at it, check out these guys who also sponsor my content. I am deeply grateful to them because it helps me to buy new equipment, put fuel in the cars, and yes, buy a cup of coffee. You can do the same. Just go here or right here on YouTube. Just hit these three little dots down here and click on thanks. Make sure you're signed in first. My content is free, but this is how you can help me keep it that way. I may even send you a gift. Oh, by the way, watch this next.